Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Heimerdinger and I'll be facing off against the Teemo adventure from the Spirit Blossom campaign. They finally went ahead and added a 6-star adventure, so now I don't feel so bad about using a 6-star champion to beat it. And I decided on Heimerdinger because I haven't played Heimerdinger in a while. And I feel like he will do fine against this power from the opponent, Incorrigible Prankster. I feel like with the amount of board presence we can develop thanks to Heimerdinger, the opponent won't really get a lot of chances to strike our Nexus. I'm just running the setup I run on Heimer usually. Defense spending makes it so Heimerdinger is stacked, so he benefits from the buffs from our powers. And Swen's Raven army plus Curse stash is just good to get Heimerdinger down nice and early. One of the downsides Heimerdinger has is that he struggles a bit with board presence in the beginning of the game, so getting him down earlier helps mitigate that because we generate a lot of turrets. All of these seem pretty bad. Maybe treacherous terrain. Spellslinger is not something we want. We want to cast spells for the full cost, so we get higher cost turrets. And Dragon's Rage doesn't really accomplish anything, at least in this deck. If I could get refill your spell mana every turn, that would be ideal. Do I bother with rerolling once here? Treacherous terrain helps slow down the opponent, so let's go for it. This is the same dialogue in the 3.5 star version of this adventure, I think. I have played through that one before off camera. I actually found it quite challenging for a 3.5 star run. This power, however, is a bit different. So we'll see how this run goes. Let's keep the epic scrap traption and all the spells, toss the gold crush bot. We're going to play Heimerdinger on the first turn anyway. Okay, those were some decent hits off of the science. I could go for epic scrap traption turn 1, but I don't think it's necessary. I can just pull the elusive and hit the opponent for 4. Next turn I can go for a couple of spells. I can go for the Obliterator, in fact. I can go 3 into 6. Maybe I should have dropped down a unit to jump block one of the opponent's stuff, but he couldn't attack with that one because it has 0 attack, so it's fine. Now I just summoned 2 turrets and Heimerdinger levels up. Heimerdinger leveling up is not really that relevant for this deck, but it's decent enough to have. Also the fact that our Nexus stuff helps mitigate a bit of the damage we would take from the opponent's traps. I kinda want to go for the Obliterator on that, but in order to do that, that thing needs to take damage. Let's see if he decides to block with it. He probably won't. Unless it saves him, of course. It doesn't. Nice. That went a bit better than I anticipated. I figured I would get unlucky and draw multiple traps right at the start and I would take a considerable amount of damage. But apparently I was wrong. Do I want the warrior? Honestly, the double time watch makes this a lot more tempting. Minimorph is also tempting just as a way to remove something threatening from the board, or at the very least transform it into something else. I'll go for the removal. 6 cost spells are the best ones anyway because they give us elusive turrets. Nar, Renekton, and Kindred. None of these really have that much spell synergy, so let's roll. Kaisa, Jin, Vladimir. Jin's interesting. At the very least, Mystic Shot's a good card, especially if it's 2 mana deal 4. I guess I can just cut the Boom Crew rookie. Yeah, let's go for the Jin. Okay, the Spirit, when you play spell deal 2 to your Nexus. That's actually only deal 1 thanks to the fact that our Nexus is tough. Allied Champions cost 3 more. Powder Monkey. I'm going to spend a reroll here. If I don't like the outcome, I'm just moving along. The foe permanently charms the first ally played this game. Allied buffs are permanent. Nah, let's move on. Pokestick, Solaris Sunhawk, Octo Adventurer. Allies have Overwhelmed by default. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. And I'm tempted to take the Octo Adventurer, just because it's an elusive that's also a tech. Do I care that much about Octo Adventurer? It also gives me some flexibility. And it's quite sticky because of the spell shield. Yeah, I'll pick up 2 Octo Adventurers. Now, 2 Quiet Plays, Explosive Encounter. What are the rewards? These ones are specific and I don't remember what they are. So I guess we'll just choose whichever one is the easiest for me. I think it's the Explosive Encounter. Right? Because we want to target stuff and when we target something it goes to sleep. So we're doing this one instead. All we have to do is hope that the opponent doesn't fill my board up with landmarks. Otherwise I'll take a bunch of damage. Or I can try to go for an explosive first turn and maybe fill up my own board to the point where the opponent can't give me landmarks. That might be the play. At the very least the opponent already summoned a landmark for me. That's annoying. Let's go ahead and attack like so. Let's try and keep control of the board. The opponent doesn't block the Heimerdinger. Don't know about that. It's just when whenever landmarks leave play, deal 10 to your Nexus. Need to get rid of that thing. I don't want it to kill my Heimerdinger. Really? He also plants nightmares in my deck. Good to know. At the very least it doesn't appear there, or it appears there isn't any more nightmares in my deck. So that's okay. Let's try to drop down stuff that allows me to win next turn. Let's just replace that. It was going to tick down to 0 next turn anyway. Now the question is, what do I want to play here? Do I even want to play something here? Depending on the way the opponent blocks here, I can kill him, I think. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and play something else. Like the Djinn. Yeah, I'll do just that. Now we have increased damage. Ooh, the opponent just decides to take the damage. I guess he figured he couldn't survive even if he blocked. Or he was satisfied with the amount of damage I dealt to myself just to kill him. Some perks map, progress day, the Cloven Way. Let's reroll. Unleash Frenzy, summon the beast challenging an enemy. That's a decent piece of removal, I think. At the very least it's 2 mana because it replaces 1 spell mana when used. That's probably fine. Choose a card to add to your deck. All of these are terrible. I am going to spend 1 reroll here because there are some decent landmarks that could be used at the start of the game. None of these are that though. I guess the family reunion is okay-ish. Especially if I just pull it out of the deck and I don't have to pay for it or draw it. Baseline. Let's toss these. I'll keep the epic scrapter option. Flexible enough. Okay. This is a decent hand. Let's hope it... Oh, we don't draw. We don't draw Heimerdinger. That's a bummer. Now my first few turns are going to be significantly worse. Well, at the very least I hit a bunch of stats off of the science. No blocks, really? Okay. That's what you want, opponent. I'm not going to question it. Let's go ahead and aftershock that. Actually, no. He goes ahead and swaps his allies around, right? Swaps with a random neighbor. So I should actually target this one. So it swaps with a random neighbor. Yep. Now I actually remove. Never mind, I don't actually remove the largest unit the opponent has access to. But it appears the opponent doesn't want to attack for some reason. I'll take it, sure. I am fine with playing this game slow. Just because the longer this game goes on, the more value I get out of my power. Maybe I'll even be able to hit a lifesteal on my units or on my tech allies, even though it's very rare. Really? Opponent didn't block. Well, now I have actually set up lethal for next turn. I can just shock blast the opponent's nexus down. Kind of weird of the opponent not to do anything, but I'll take it. A free win's a free win. Yeah, the only way he could survive this is if he somehow had healing for his nexus. But as it stands, he just has to burn. I actually ended up regenerating health that game. Swain's Raven army does heal a lot throughout the course of an entire run. Orb of Deception, Pythos, the Power of the Depth. I guess Orb of Deception. It's flexible enough. Soloist. Oh, I have to take the unstable inventory. It's way too good to pass up. And for the card cut, yeah, it's definitely the Boom Crew rookie. It's not attack and it doesn't benefit me in any way. Now, another player plays a spell that foe summons a Foxfire, and the foe charms a unit to create a 3-cost beckoning gaze in hand. Charms are permanent. Okay, I think I can deal with this a bit better than the other option. We are going to do a lot of spell casting, so the opponent would get a lot of Foxfires. Meanwhile, this actually gives me a spell to fuel my spell slinging. Yeah, I'll keep the Orb of Deception for a Flash of Brilliance. And the Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger's good. Let's see. Ooh. Focusing Crystal on Heimerdinger is huge. Where did you come from? I'll take it. Ah, it was from the family reunion, having Eye of the Watchers. Makes sense, makes sense. Let's double Flash of Brilliance. Get 2 turrets. Might even be able to close out the game this turn because of this. Mainly because I can just go back and engage to steal that unit back. And then drop down another turret. Let's use the family reunion to reduce the stats of that one. And now we attack with everything. Oh, the opponent survives with 4 health. Actually no, not 4 health, a bit more than that. 7. But I have a very frightening board. And when the opponent steals one of my units, they don't get the science buffs on it. So today stealing a unit is actually not detrimental to me. Well, it's detrimental in the sense that now I lose a turret, but it's fine. I can just spend 4 to kill it and get a better version of a turret. Ooh, everything is elusive now. Good. That just makes it so this is even easier. Yeah, that doesn't save you, unfortunately, opponent. And now for the second part of the run. I am going to need something to deal with Atakhan.
Shall we go together then?
The first game start, the foe summons a stunned Atakhan, yeah. I'm going to have to deal with Atakhan. Vanguard lookout. Nah, let's roll here. I guess over prepared. Just because I feel like our board space is important. When you play a card, deal damage to your nexus equal to its cost. The first an ally dies each round, revive it. Yeah, I can afford to take the damage, especially face off against this encounter. In the 3.5 star version of this adventure, this is actually pretty easy. You just don't challenge anything the opponent plays and let him do the trades. So unless the deck for this encounter has been upgraded for the harder version, I don't see how we lose this. Well, unless we don't draw Heimerdinger at the start, of course. Let's play the Conchologist. I guess Bursting Backpack. Lifesteal. That gives the opponent a bit of longevity. This might actually be bad against this encounter now that I think about it, because he will be challenging one of the opponent's units. It's fine, I guess. Just going to attack like so. If depending on how the opponent blocks, I can just do this, or of Deception to help remove the unit he uses to block. He gets no value out of the lifesteal, and I'm set up to kill him next turn. Hopefully. Let's Flash of Brilliance first. Production Surge. You know what? Sure. That fills our board up with turrets. That can be useful. Well, fills up our board might be a bit of a strong word. It gives us a singular turret. Well, it will deal 10 to the opponent's Nexus, so it's not the worst thing in the world. No more nightmares? Okay, so the opponents run out of nightmares. That's a positive at least. But he does have a scary board in currently. Why didn't I get a family reunion on the board? Oh, I drew it naturally. That's unlucky. Striking being struck. That ends up being worse for the opponent than it is for me. Just because the opponent takes 13. Because of that, I can attack with all of my units, and I'm pretty sure they just killed the opponent. Yep. I guess the opponent did end up making it so I took a lot of damage, but I don't know how useful that actually is in the long run, because I do have a decent amount of regeneration. Unfortunately, the Radiant Plate Armor actually messes up my plans, so I have to take one of the other options. I'll take the Ravenborn Tome and then cut it here. Now my units are incredibly sticky, or at least one of them per turn. Let's cut that because it's bad, and we don't need it in our deck. And we're almost at the end. Let's keep the cheaper spells, I guess. Toss the Expliterator because it's too expensive. What's the opponent's power? When the foe's Nexus survives damage, they plant chimes in their deck equal to the damage squared. So unfortunately, my power causes him to plant 25 chimes right away. So I guess the play is just to play it slow, wait for a big offensive turn. Yeah, I can do that. I'll just keep control of the board. I shuffled 4 more chimes, but it's fine, it's fine. I'll save the spell mana. At least the opponent's not playing with Bard, so The only thing that's being buffed is the cards in his hand. No nightmares in my deck, so I shouldn't be afraid to draw. Yeah, sure, I'll take that damage. Apparently the nightmares aren't shown for the player, which is unlucky. I figured I was fine because I didn't have any nightmares, but I was wrong. Well, at least the opponent doesn't really have a lot of units on board, so they won't be able to properly benefit from or the opponent doesn't really have a lot of cards in hand, so they won't be able to properly benefit from the shimes they draw. Let's see if I can establish a board that can close out the game in a turn. Map. Let's give the Djinn elusive so that he goes through most of the opponent's defenses. Then we attack with everything. The only thing that's scary is this one. This is not enough to kill the opponent though. What do I have that has challenger? Only this one. It's a bit unfortunate. Guess I'll kill that thing. I'll use the Djinn as a jump blocker for the Esmus attack next turn. That's a lot of chimes. At least the unit is ephemeral or splitting. He plays it. It's fine. I have a couple of high cost spells that I can play. Problem is the opponent has a lot of chimes on the deck now. It would be nice if the opponent went ahead and attacked me, because I want to use the scrap traption. But the opponent's not really doing anything. I think I have to pull the trigger. Let this attack go through and deal with the aftermath. The opponent's playing 2 cards. Building 4, stunning there. Really? He doesn't want to lose that one, I guess. I can polymorph that thing. For the Heimerdinger. And only deal 20. That's not enough damage. How do I even do this? Try to get stuff off of the board. Problem is the opponent has a lot of frightening things anyway. Let's hope the opponent doesn't draw something good. 11 chimes. Well, at least I have the Expliterator to expliterate something. And that thing gets its attack reduced. Please attack, opponent. stunning the Jin again. That's the main problem. I could really benefit from the opponent attacking me here. Just so I could go ahead and develop some units that can actually impact the board in a meaningful manner. Now I have to take the 16. Ouch, ouch. Let's refill our mana. Go up to 6 again. Epic Scrap Traption for 6. Want to go ahead and develop 2 elusive turrets. I'll try to win off of this next attack. That's way too many chimes. Wait, what? Couldn't the opponents have survived this attack? I guess not. Otherwise he would have blocked, right? I did have a lot of elusives attacking. Elusives with Overwhelm. But still. Well, at least I won without losing the revive. That's the main part. Now I can use the revive against an encounter that's actually important. Pretty shady character is tempting. Our created cards cost 1 less, not so much. Let's reroll here. Repentance. Oh, okay. Gives our units more longevity. I would have liked the shady character, but I don't have enough money. Let's cut a card. Unleashed Frenzy. Has not really been pulling its weight. Honestly, the Gold Crush bot might be even worse though. 2-man attack, that's all it is. Nah, let's cut it. 16 health and a dream. Let's see if I survive. I might just die to buff caps. One health, really? There's no way it's only 1 health. Let's try to mulligan for Heimerdinger and the polymorph effect. Unfortunately we hit that. 70. No, that's more like it. That's a very sticky Atakhan. 24 puff caps, so I do die here. In most cases. And the opponent has the attack token and a very scary board. On the other hand, I can just summon 2 Heimerdingers right away. Which refills my spell mana. And if he doesn't attack, I can just aftershock here to go ahead and generate a blocker and generate a bunch of turrets this way. Ooh, this is huge. When Heimerdinger dies, rally. It won't be relevant, at least not right now. But I get the second Heimerdinger back. So I'm actually incentivized to put Heimerdinger in harm's way. Just so I can rally. Especially because I get an Heimerdinger back. Now I can go Epic Scrap Traption. He's killing his own Atakhan. Okay. He comes back stunned, so that's huge for me. Let's go ahead and summon the larger turrets over the smaller ones. And then we go ahead and attack with everything. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I only deal the 30 damage. At the very least we remove Atakhan off of the board. Where did all those hungry half cats come from? This is different. Well, this is going to be all new experience to me. The easier version doesn't have this. Are you going to attack opponent
2 steps into moonlight.
with the elusive?
Too slow.
Let's see if the power rift generates something here. Glorious evolution. And all of my units have tough. Let's block. Ouch. That hurts. Let's go ahead and polymorph the elusive. It gives us 2 elusives in fact. Actually no, I have hand space issues. It's alright. Let's try and work to remove said end space issues. And now if I don't die here, I think I win. Maybe. Let's see if the opponent takes the bait and kills my Heimerdinger. Okay, so I'm 3 damage off. All I have to do is this and that's enough damage, right? Unless the opponent has a out. That doesn't save you. And we win! With 10 health, or 9 health to spare actually. That was closer than I anticipated, honestly. The Chimes adventure, or the Chimes encounter, did quite a number on my health bar. Actually, the dialogue there at the end was different. Well, now I know what happened to the Yordle's grandma. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.